Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, all right, I'm up. Yeah, because of my job, I'm up late all the time anyway. But last night was the latest ever. I didn't actually end up going to sleep until like 6:30 in the morning, and then I woke up at 9:30, and it's like I never get sleep. It seems I'm always in a lack of sleep, mostly because I got a night job on top of this. But anyway, you know what they say: no rest for the wicked. So I generally think I'm a pretty good person, but sometimes I wonder when the last 15 years I haven't been able to medically get enough sleep. I kind of wonder, but no, I'm just joking. Trust me, I'm just joking on that. But here's the thing: we're gonna take off and go down to the kitchen today and get us a free lunch and talk to some really nice, down to earth people and stuff. And yeah, just enjoy that. Baby's going to see a bunch of her friends down there. I do that mostly for baby in a way, or also have a free lunch, that sort of thing. But here's an interesting thing. I don't know if it means anything to you, and it doesn't really matter that much. But I don't know if you've noticed at all. But the earrings I wear, I think you can see them. I hope you can see them. The earrings I wear are feathers. Now, as far as I can tell from the beginning of time, feathers have always represented life. And I can't find any other thing that feathers represent other than life. So I wear these. It was an accident, but I got them and I wore them, and I realized, hey, it means it's a sign of life and long life and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I thought that was cool, and eventually these are silver, so I'm eventually going to have them made in gold, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a number of years ago, probably I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, I found the stuff and I didn't even know it was available. I've heard about it most of my life in the old books and that, but I didn't know you could actually get it and it was available on the market. But here's another thing. I found this. This is frankincense. Frankincense there. Yeah, it's really good. Oh man, and it's it's concentrated. That's what I'm trying to say. It's concentrated, so you can dilute this down quite a bit, like you know, uh, uh, sort of like 10 to 1 or something like that. Anyway, uh, I don't know exactly why I do this. You know, I'm not trying to say that I put it on or anything, wear it because I'm divine. It has nothing to do with that. If anything, I'm just trying to see if I can actually be closer to the divine, or more precisely, hopefully attract the divine into my life for to help me out and stuff like that, because I need a lot of help with the stuff that happens in my life. I'm sure you all have the same thing, but here's what I do with this stuff is amazing. If you ever want to check it out, wow, it's such an amazing scent. It's just fantastic. And this scent, you leave that there and that will just fill your whole room and take away all the odors and stuff, and it'll leave just this amazing, amazing scent. I've never smelled anything like it, and it's I don't know what else it is, but it's got a very, very citrusy base to it. It smells fantastic. I can't say enough. But this is what I do. I just put a little on the wrists, wipe it in like that, and there. Hopefully, I'm closer to the divine, and I'll have some protection. I need it. Anyway, this here, that's that size bottle, and this is this size bottle. This here is myrrh. Myrrh, and if you know your story, frankincense and myrrh. And this is actually called divine essence. Divine essence, because that is the burial herb that they buried him in, and that's the important one for the to represent his burial and his sacrifice and death. And anyway, so that one there, I don't know if it does any good, and I'm just, maybe I'm a little superstitious. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. I just find it fun. So here we go. So this stuff is expensive. So basically, I just dab a little here and here. And this one, wow, this one is really, wow, that is an amazing, amazing aroma. And it's very, very smoky, kind of. Wow, it's nice. Anyway, the two go really well together. You know, one represents life and one represents death, but they still enhance each other, kind of thing. But anyway, that's what I do. I don't know why, but this bottle of frankincense there, that size, that's 50 milliliters. That's like $20 on average, $20. And this one here, this tiny little bottle of myrrh, it's only 5 milliliters, and this is worth about $40. So it's not cheap stuff. You got to use it sparingly if you don't have a lot of money. So, but anyway, that's what I do, and I just thought you might find that interesting. If you don't, I'm sorry. But that's what I do, and I don't know. It makes me, I don't know, feel a little closer to my hero. Let's put it that way. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then maybe I'm delusional. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. But these are really, really fantastic. Wow. Those are great. So basically, like when I switch my earrings to gold, I'm going to be going around wearing gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And it's, to me, in the end, it's just something of respect. I'm just throwing it out there to respect my hero. And that's all it is. So anyway, if you didn't care for that, well, I'm sorry. I hope you went and had a coffee or something, or a hot chocolate or anything. And you'll come back when we've got something that interests you. Anyway, so baby and I are going to take off now and go down to the kitchen, get something to eat. And I don't know how much video content I'm actually going to get today. That weekend was brutal, and I've got my camper's a dump. I have to clean all this out and get it back to normal. And especially getting ready for the puppies are due in about a week and a half, I think now. And the backyard where we're working on the truck and the car and everything is quite a mess out there. I don't know if any of you are mechanics and that out there, but you know, you'll do stuff like that and there's always stuff everywhere. So I still haven't cleaned that up, and my boss gave me a bunch of garbage bags to sort everything out. So I got to get on that. So I don't know how much video we'll get today. We'll see. I'm going to go out there and do stuff, and hopefully you'll come along and we'll get some cool things happening. You know, every day is different, and you just go out there and, you know, they might think, oh, it's a boring day, and then all of a sudden a bunch of cool things happen. So life's like that. Anyway, I'm babbling again. Let's get outside. Ciao. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on. There's my little darling. Okay, here we are. We're ready to take off, go to the kitchen, and baby's got all her pillows set up so she can be ride shotgun for me and look around, chase the bunnies and stuff. But I got her all set up, so we're gonna get going. And I don't know if I can give you a traveling shot yet because I don't have a proper mount yet. So I'm also kind of late. I didn't realize how time got away. We got to get down there. The kitchen's going to be open in about 3 minutes. Anyway, talk to you soon. See you when we get there. Bye. Wow, I caught Yvonne before he took off. I just caught him. I screamed at him. So how you doing, my friend?
I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just wandering out behind me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to be there.
I know.
Just close by and see Mountain Creek.
Yeah.
Smoking line.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I know. Well, it's too bad you're taking off so fast. I just caught you in time, right? Yeah. Wow, that was amazing. Anyway,
So, you went to everybody else.
sorry?
Did you go to Interior?
No, my friend came from Caramis to fix my pickup truck, and we got the fixed, and we're gonna drag my camper around now, so I can take my camper out now. Nice, eh? The trailer camper, yeah. Yeah, and I got my Toyota 4Runner back, so I love that thing. So he's gonna actually fix, you know, only a few things wrong with the car. He's gonna fix all that up, and we're gonna probably sell it, I think.
So you stay in your place.
Yeah, he took it to his place in Caramis, my car.
When you left.
Yeah, he's gone, yeah. He's coming back in 2 weeks. But I think we'll sell the car because what do I need the car for, right? Yeah.
That's what I need.
It's a beautiful car. One of the best ones I've ever driven. I could almost go to sleep and it'll drive itself, and I'll miss it. But you know, what do you do? Anyway, I won't hold you up, my friend.
Okay, I'll see.
Yeah, we'll see you very soon. I'll try and come over today if I can. Okay. Okay. You're gonna be home. Okay. Good to see you again. Ciao. So we made it down to the kitchen in time, more or less, and we caught Ivan just as he was driving away. Yeah, as you saw that, we just caught him in time. And then, so we got down here and got ourselves some lunch, and I'm going to show you that. So here's what you get, and believe me, they have more food. They always have extra, and they go around and take it around the neighborhood and give it away after when they close here, sort of thing. That's what they do with all the extras. So here you get each paper bag there. It's got the sandwich, it's got fruit, it's got pudding, it's got cookies, and you get this either soup or chili or something like that with it. And I got an extra banana. They gave me an extra banana, so I'm eating that. And of course, you get a couple of juice boxes. Anyway, I got double today because I got a friend that can't get out of the house. So I'm going to take them up a meal because I know, they're not getting up and making them regularly on time and that. So I'm going to go make sure they get something to eat anyway. So that's what you get, basically. And I've got 2 loaves of bread. Normally I'd have 1. Yeah, so you get that. And this is St. Stephen's Church in, where am I? Qualicum Beach. Yeah, St. Stephen's Church at Qualicum Beach. It's community meals. They don't call it soup kitchen, community meals, because originally it started because there's a high school way over on the other side behind me. And all the parents and families around here decided they wanted to do a community meals program. So at least once a week, the kids of the high school would have a nice, hot, healthy, wonderful lunch, right, to keep them going, let them study hard and stuff. So that's how it started. And then right away they decided, well, we can expand that and bring in anyone that's, either homeless or, down on their luck, anyone that needs a hot meal once in a while. So that's why they call it community meals. And, it is, I guess, a soup kitchen, but it's not this similar of soup kitchen where you walk in with your tray and line up and do all that. Normally you just go in there, sit down, and when they were open inside, you'd go in there and sit down around at big tables and that, and you'd have service kind of thing. So it, in that sense, it wasn't a soup kitchen. Anyway, I'm babbling again because I think I'm really hungry. So that's what we get here. And anyone in the neighborhood, if you don't know where it is, it's St. Stephen's in Qualicum Beach. So check it out. I'm going to eat. Ciao for now. Oh, my. That was a really good lunch. I'm full. Doesn't take much to fill me up, though, but I feel great and I'm comfortable, satisfied. Oh, that was really good. I like to go down there and just not have to cook or whatever some days. But anyway, you notice I ran into Ivan and that, and we're down at the church and that. Anyway, we've been talking today, so here's something that you may find interesting. If you don't, I'm really sorry about that. But the interesting thing is, people go, oh yeah, you help out and do all this stuff and that, you're a good person and that. Yeah, whatever. If I am, I am. But then they say, oh, you're very religious. And I go, no. I'm not religious at all. Don't ever get me wrong. Not religious. Not in the modern sense of the word, how it's used now for quite a few hundred years, couple of thousand years actually. Or maybe not a couple thousand, but a very long time. And it's one of the most distorted words in our language. I do a lot of things religiously, but they don't have anything to do with church, so it's, I don't know. I don't like the word, you could, almost, it'd be a stretch, but you could almost say I was pious or something, and that'd be a lot closer. But, it's not even about that or whatever. I do what I do because I do it. But here's an interesting thing. Why I say the word religion, and actually all modern churches are really distorted and crazy out there. Because right away, right after in AD 36, right after the Passion, 3 years after the Passion, Joseph of Arimathea ended up back in Glastonbury, and he built the first Christian church, which wasn't called Christian. They were called Chaldees and Chaldich. Don't know about the pronunciation, but Chaldee mostly. Anyway, eventually later on it became called Christian. Anyway, my point is that was the first Christian church above ground in the whole world at the time in 36 AD, and then they expanded out from there, and all of them were based on nothing but what we call now the red letters in the book, right? You know what I'm talking about. So they were based on that and nothing more, nothing more, nothing more, and including the very first, I guess, national church would be the British Holy United Christian Church, based on the original church by Joseph of Arimathea, and he was the great uncle of Jesus. He was also he was the wealthiest single most person on the earth at that time. He was in charge of the tin mines and all the metal mines and everything, all around the world, and also in the mines of Cornwall, where they got tons and tons of tin and other things to, believe it or not, help build the Temple of Solomon way back then. Anyway, that's another story. But anyway, so they're all based on, up until 300 AD, all the Christian churches in the European area and that kind of thing that sprang up from the red letter words of Jesus. About 300 AD, that's when everything became distorted, completely distorted. Constantine went in there and basically took over Rome, and the citizens hailed him as the new emperor of Rome, even though he was a Briton. And he was a Briton, I'm going to repeat that. And they hailed him as the new emperor of Rome, and he said from now on they're going to be a Christian nation, right? And then from that moment on, the original Church of Rome, which ended up being called the Roman Catholic Church, ended up kind of starting to distort everything. And then the Christian churches from that point on were all distorted. I mean, you got so many thousands of them, and they get more all the time. You got the Baptists, the Lutherans, the Pentecost, should I keep going on? I mean, I don't have enough fingers and toes, but there's thousands and thousands of them. And from just after 300 AD, that's when they all became distorted. And before that point, every Christian church in the European area or wherever they sprang up were all based on nothing but the red letters of the book. And now, of course, you go to a Baptist church and they think, okay, in order to get into heaven, you have to be baptized. Total bullshit. I think it's a Pentecost, the Holy Rollers. They roll around the floor and they talk in tongues and stuff like that. And I've been told that, you can't get into heaven unless you can do this. And it's like bullshit, total bullshit. All of this is bullshit. Any Christian church has to be based on nothing but the red letters, what we call the red letters, and that's it. And if you think of anything else, I've been told by, I forget the church, but they told me if at least 12 people don't pray over your body when you die, you'll never get into heaven. And I go, what the hell? What is that? Anyway, so you can actually look up a lot of this information. Some of it's distorted. I should go home and show you the book. One of the books I got is by a British expat way back in the 50s and 60s, called George F. Jowett, The Drama of the Lost Disciples, and it explains everything that happened before and during and after the Passion. So, and there's historical evidence all around the world to back up everything I say. I will never lie to you about anything. It's bullshit, because in the end, the truth will always prevail. It might take hundreds of thousands of years, whatever, the truth will always prevail. So, what's the point of bullshitting and lying and stuff? But anyway, that's what happened, and I'm not religious. I mean, if you want to look at it this way, my hero, I'm probably one of the biggest like I have the biggest faith and belief in my hero. Let's put it that way. Man, I'm getting off here. I have a very strong belief in my hero, right? And just in the narrow focus of the basic words. And here's the thing, you know, you got all these things people are saying, oh, you got to have this and you got to do this and all that. Bullshit. The man said himself, someone asked him, what is the most important commandment? And he said, if you do this one commandment, you cover all the 10 commandments and every other commandment out there. And you've got like 99 out of 100 commandments. And this alone will probably get you into heaven just by doing this. And that commandment was, love thy neighbor as thyself. And if you do that, you've covered pretty much everything right there in that. So, you know, all this other bullshit is just words and blah blah blah, and rituals and junk, you know. So no, I'm not religious. That was my point. I'm not religious, but I am one of the biggest believers in my hero. So, and you know what? You know, I go around saying the F word and do this and that, and a lot of people don't even think that I believe. But you know, I'm probably one of the biggest believers, and you know, it doesn't matter because you know. All of us are sinners, so you know, I think of myself as a believer, and my sins are whatever. You know, I am what I am. I'm a human being, but I still believe. And you know, if that's all you do, then you got it all. Don't this modern church stuff and everything is out of control. It's crazy. If you want, we can do a whole channel on the history, and I can show you everything point by point with evidence, archaeological evidence and textual evidence in the British Museum and other museums around the world. I can show you all this if you want, but that's kind of my point in a nutshell. I don't know if you got the message or if I made it. I don't know. I tend to really babble a lot, so I'll check this clip before I post it and see, but hopefully I've covered everything there for doing it in a nutshell. Anyway, I gotta go walk baby around and have some fun, and then we're gonna go home and I gotta clean up and that. So we'll talk to you soon, I hope. Ciao for now. Are we at the walkie spot? Are we at the walkie spot? Are we at the walkie spot? Hey, you wanna get out? You wanna get out? Go walkies? You wanna get out? You wanna go walkies? You're awfully quiet. Are you okay today? Alright, I'll shut up and let you out. Bye. She was kind of acting funny there. Seems she's still obsessed with the ball or something. She didn't want to get out without the ball, so she's running around with a ball in her mouth. So whatever makes her happy, right? There, see? Yeah, she's, hey baby. Hey baby, look. What you got there? What you got there? Okay, she's cute. Let's keep going. Ciao. So while you guys were going and listening to the your musical interlude, I reviewed that previous clip over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then after that, I came home and I didn't get a lot done. Didn't get much done at all. I ended up, falling asleep, having a nap. I woke up, had dinner, and kind of here we are. Anyway, kind of hope you enjoyed the information, but I did take notes, and there's a couple of things. I think the clip, everything I said in the clip is fair dinkum. It's, nothing wrong with it. I do have a couple points I wanted to make. I wrote them down on a paper bag. Anyway, the one thing I said in there, it was the original church was the British Holy United Church. Well, that wasn't quite right. I don't get my words right sometimes. It was actually the British Holy Universal Church, but it wasn't called the Holy British Universal Church. It was called the Holy British Catholic Church. That is the very first time that Catholic was ever used, okay? Almost 300 years before the Roman Catholics used the term. And Catholic means literally universal. That's all it means. That is one more of the words in our modern language that is the most distorted ever. It's an amazing one. I could do a whole episode on that one, but Catholic only means universal. That's all it means. All the other stuff applied to the word Catholic is nothing. Catholic means universal. That's all it means. So it was the British Holy Universal or British Holy Catholic Church at the time. And then, like I say, almost 300 years later, that's when the Romans changed their church to the Roman Catholic Church, not just the Church of Rome. And like, again, this is all historical. It can be checked and everything. And then the other thing was where I said, if you do this one thing, love thy neighbor as yourself, blah, 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 you cover all the commandments, I said there. And it's no, you don't cover all of them. You cover a great many of them. You cover most of them, probably 99% of them. But, you've got the bulk of them. And if you do that one thing only, love thy neighbor as yourself, that alone will get you into heaven, I'm positive. So it's as simple as that. It's all simple. It's not complicated. And yeah, then again, I started to say something, if that's all you do, and then I trailed off. What I meant was, if that's all you do is that one commandment, love thy neighbor as yourself, then, you're on your way. Anyway, other than that, everything I said there is fair dinkum, like I said, and I have no problem with it. It's a really long story. There's too much to try and put in a nutshell like that. But if anyone's interested, I can show you a complete history basically from Noah all the way through to my hero at the Passion and before the Passion and all that area, right up to pretty much modern days, right? And show you how that whole family bloodline and everything is connected all the way through to now. But it's a huge story, one of my favorites. So I'm a sort of just a fanatic about history and the truth of history, and that in itself is is my favorite subject of all the historical subjects that you could talk about. That is my favorite subject of all history. Anyway, I'm going to start babbling in a minute again too. My baby's had her dinner and stuff, and she's relaxed and getting her belly rubs and enjoying everything. So I think this video is getting a little longer now. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me what you think. I'm just a simple man with simple thoughts. That's all it is. And a beautiful little baby. Yeah. Say goodnight, baby. Say goodnight, baby. Good night, baby. Oh. All right, let's go.